Hello, this is an American Contractor, 26 April 2012. Just want to share a little update in Iraq. First thing, talk about the deputy governor here. He made an announcement a few days ago. Talking about the central bank, the foreign reserve was siphoned off $10 billion in support of Iranian and Syrian currencies. Everybody thought this wasn't serious. It is a serious business. So they went from their foreign currency reserves from $60 billion down to actually 64 billion down to 54 billion dollars. So they lost 10 billion dollars. And Deputy Governor Mohammed Saleh, has made this announcement, and so we'll see what's going to happen with this, as far as the central bank and the relationship between the CBI and the Iraqi government. So I'm sure the Iraqi government's not too happy with this. So another article here I want to bring up. Iraqi Business News, a pretty good blog site. But I just want to dissect this one article here to show you that what's misinformation comes out from, just the news media in general in Iraq. You just got to be real careful what you're reading and really understand it. Headline here is Iraq's banking changes could unleash economic potential. You're reading that and you say, hey, that's great. But I want to just dissect a few paragraphs in here to show you that what misinformation I'm talking about. Second paragraph here is that the country has 49 banks, and although lending has increased in the last couple of years, the loan deposit rate still stands at only 44% compared to around 89% for other banks in the Middle East. Well, first off, his figures wrong. 49 banks, he's including his regional banks, so they're not private Iraqi banks. It's a little less than that. So his private Iraqi banks, probably it's in the late 20s, maybe 30, and the rest are foreign-owned regional banks. So those facts are wrong on that one. Loan deposit ratio. Every Iraqi bank in Iraq has 20% of their assets at the CBI, so only working with 80%. And his figures here in this article says 44% of that is loan deposit ratio, which that's a little high, because now he's got over half your percent of your working capital on loan, and it's just not accurate at all. So it's a little bit too generous when he says 44% loan deposit rate. Next portion of the article I want to talk about is says here at the same time requirements for lenders to increase their capital to at least 250 billion Iraqi dinars. The Iraqi bank needs to increase their capital according to CBI and the IMF. They've been preaching that for 3, 4, 5 years now. But the problem is, no, the Iraqi government will not force any Iraqi bank to merge with another bank. So yeah, they set this date mid-2013. But we heard that before, back in 2009, I believe it was, and they said the same thing. So when 2013 rolls around, don't be shocked when the Iraqi government says, okay, we'll set the goal now 2016, because they're not going to force any Iraqi bank to merge with another bank at all. So my bullet point there, when the bank fails to meet new capital requirements, the Iraqi government will just set a new date, and that's what's going to happen. So let's go to another section of this article here. Iraq's economy is currently growing at a rate of nearly 10%. Everybody, all the experts, the self-acclaimed experts, the gurus, whatever, and they talk about this 10% growth Iraq has. Yeah, and it may be true, but it's only one reason why, and it's because of the oil prices. Once the oil prices go down, watch what happens to your 10%. And the second portion of that that paragraph there, so huge investment is needed immediately, particularly in manufacturing, and this is where commercial banks should be stepping up. Well, first thing, lack of capital to fund large-sized projects from the Iraqi banks. So they could barely do large projects. Anything over $5 million, no Iraqi banks can do it. They don't have the funds, and they're scared to do anything like that, anyways. In my next slide, I want to talk about requirements for Iraq a bank loan. Just give you an idea what it takes to get a bank loan from an Iraqi bank. First thing you have to have is collateral. And your collateral must be 100% to 300% of the loan value. And everybody in Iraq knows this. There's only one collateral they'll take, and it's always property. If you're an Iraqi and you own land and you want to borrow money, you're going to put up your land to secure that loan. And it must be 100% to 300% of the loan value. So if you want to borrow $100,000, your piece of land, your real estate should be worth 300%. 300% of the loan value. So you also must have a witness, and you need a cosigner. This is what happens after you. This is the first obstacles. Getting collateral and stuff. That's the first obstacle that they have, that Iraqis run into, Iraqi businessmen run into, just to even get a loan from an Iraqi bank. Now I'm going to talk about the inner workings of an Iraqi bank deal and what happens while you're in the process of getting this loan, and after you've been approved of the loan, the inner workings of the Iraqi bank deal and what happens to Iraqi businessmen. First thing is the Iraqi bank must operate as a central finance service for the loan, meaning they want the end all, the be all to everything. They want to know everything about your business transaction. They want to know everything from the business deal all the way to the other end. And it gives the Iraqi bank the confidential client information. It gives them everything about your customer, your client, your price point, the cost to you. They want to know everything about your business deal. And what happens is the Iraqi bank develops a direct relationship with people you don't want them having a direct relationship with, your client, your manufacturing. Then what happens is your Iraqi bank competes against you with your own clients. And that's it's breach of business. There's company proprietary information that has been disclosed and to the Iraqi bank, and what happens is they're just working against you. So the Iraqi bank receives funds from your foreign client, and then they start saying, hey, delaying issues the funds to you. They say, hey, we have a problem with this wire transfer. We have a problem with, whatever. They'll make up some excuse. They even advise the government regulatory issues, and none of it's true. None of it's real. So that's all the problems that the Iraqi businessman has to have, problems with getting this loan. And after he gets a loan, going through the process of getting his business deal stolen from him. It happens every day. And this is the reason why private business would rather do business with a money exchange house than a private Iraqi bank in Iraq. IMF was last weekend. Got those experts out there talk about. They're going to talk about the RV or currency or anything like that. But they talk anything but that. They're talking about stuff like that. They do it behind closed doors in private meetings. They don't disclose it to the public at all. Go to the 2012 spring meetings at the IMF website. You can look at all the schedules, what they talked about, the video, everything. So there's nothing behind closed doors being talked about there that would affect anything about Iraq. They even talked about Iraq, actually. And I don't believe Governor Shabibi was even present at the IMF meeting. Don't know that for sure, but I'm 90% sure he was not there. But this is interesting, and like I said, they have it every year. We'll see what happens next year. This is the American Contractor. My email address is ac@americancontractor.com. My Skype's American Contractor. And I appreciate you if you subscribe to my mailing list. It's how I reach out to people and to know that I post something to the website. And appreciate all my subscribers. And thank you for all the comments and stopping by the American Contractor and just giving me your feedback and about these videos or about my comments or anything like that. And appreciate it, and have a good week.